Back at the end of 2025, you had the AFCON. It's the African Confederation Championship. This was a game between Senegal and Morocco, and to be honest with you, this game was very chippy from the outset. There was a lot of things going on, the fans were into it with each other, there was a lot of things happening on the pitch. In fact, there was this really weird incident where some Morocco players were trying to take the towel that the goalie was using for Senegal and throw it over the advertisements. That led to someone standing there and picking up the towel and trying to protect it. It led to a little fracas a couple of times where people got into it with each other. It was really, really weird and so trivial, but really summed up what was going on in the game itself. You had a player that had a head injury along the way. The game went 0-0 all the way through with a lot of scoring opportunities for both teams, but neither team could put the ball in the goal. In the extra time, you had a couple of things happen along the way where it looked like maybe there could be a penalty called. Both teams were kind of aggressive and pushing each other around. Maybe there was a couple of flops along the way, but in any event, the referee was mostly keeping control throughout that 10-minute period. Until we got to this moment where a player really didn't touch another player and they went to VAR and reviewed it. The fans for Senegal kind of got into it and were coming onto the pitch to argue their point. The coach, realizing that the teams were getting a little chippy, sent the Senegal team to the locker room. Meanwhile, the review is ongoing. There's a lot of contention with the referee as he's watching the review. And then he comes out and he makes his call that it is in fact a penalty kick and awards it to Morocco. And now he has to get the Senegal players back on the pitch, which just delays the game even more and makes it more confusing and actually kind of amusing in a way. And then one of the Senegal players starts arguing with the referee some more and winds up getting a yellow card on the same sequence. Then it comes time for the actual PK. The penalty kick takes a long time to set up. There's a lot of back and forth. It's utter madness. But then they finally get set up, and for some reason, the Morocco player just takes a kick at the goal that's the lightest, easiest to defend kick at the goalie that could ever be made. The goalie fields it, and that's the end of that. So they end the game. Now is when they play another 30 minutes in two 15-minute halves to continue the game on. Each team has a couple of scoring opportunities again, but Senegal gets lucky and gets the ball past the goalie and actually manages to score to get a 1-0 lead. Morocco has a couple of chances to tie it up, but don't get there. So Senegal wins the game 1-0 in the craziest sort of sequence that you'll ever see in one of the chippiest games I've ever witnessed. It was great stuff.